Today, I want to show you my magnum opus, a project that's been years in the making. It's still not finished. It's Hogwarts on Minecraft. Now, I'm a massive Harry Potter geek, and I've also really loved Minecraft over the years. So a lot of the times I've downloaded Hogwarts maps that people have done on Minecraft. And there's some really, really good ones out there. Amazing ones. But some of them just aren't very accurate to what I think Hogwarts is like. And this is particularly in the interiors of Hogwarts. Now, I'm someone who's played a lot of the Harry Potter video games. I've read the books, I love the films, and it's actually from my knowledge of the video games, I think, where I can notice problems with maps people have made for Hogwarts in the past on Minecraft. So I set about to make my own version of Hogwarts, and about 8 years later, I don't even know how long I've been spending on this, I have created a version which is almost there. Still, you can see that there are things that need to be improved, but it's come a long way. Now, one of the big things which put me off on other people's Hogwarts maps is the Gryffindor common room. The Gryffindor common room is located at the top of the kind of main tower in Hogwarts. And if you play any of the video games, or even if you watch the films, that is located at the top of the grand staircase, so the moving staircases. You will come out of the Gryffindor common room and immediately be in the grand staircase area. And if you watch Prisoner of Azkaban, they definitely show the common room being there. The common room is in a different place in Philosopher's Stone Chamber of Secrets. They moved it, in the films at least, they moved it, and now the entrance is in the grand staircase from Prisoner of Azkaban onwards. And that's the version of the castle I have made. If you want to know, the version of the castle I've made is actually it's between Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows, and I'll reveal more about that later. One thing a lot of people let down on their Minecraft Hogwarts maps is that the grand staircase doesn't go anywhere. They always tend to have the grand staircase, but it doesn't go anywhere. You can't get to any rooms from it, and that's something I've fixed in my one. You can get to the third floor, for example, the restricted access third floor, and if you remember in Philosopher's Stone, there is the third floor has been restricted. You can't get there. So in this, I'll have the same sign up. You can go into the third floor and you can actually find your way down to all of the areas from the Philosopher's Stone where they're guarding the Philosopher's Stone itself. So I've got the key room, I've got the chess room, I'm really happy with the chess room, and I've got the final room where Voldemort is confronted. So a lot of the internal geometry, the internal architecture is correct in my version. So for example, you go from the main courtyard, through those big doors, you've got the Great Hall right in front of you, and it's exactly like how it is, yet again, Prisoner of Azkaban onwards. The Great Hall is slightly different in Chamber of Secrets and Philosopher's Stone, because the courtyard isn't there in Philosopher's Stone. So, and to the right of the Great Hall, that's where the grand staircase is, and that's exactly like how it is in every single one of the films, apart from Deathly Hallows, because in Deathly Hallows, they completely gut out the grand staircase, and they replace it with like a weird, just long, huge staircases. And that really bugged me, because that's not the Hogwarts that we've been used to over 6 films and several video games. And likewise, they added in a massive viaduct. And I know why these things are added. It's because when they came to film Deathly Hallows, they wanted big, dramatic action sequences, and they thought they couldn't see. I think this is my guess. They couldn't see how the grand staircase could work in a big action scene. But having a massive, long staircase that looks more epic, it looks more dramatic. And likewise with the viaduct, they wanted a way for an army to be able to enter Hogwarts easily. And previously, the only real area where you can just enter Hogwarts like that is either where Hagrid's hut's located, Prisoner of Azkaban onwards, or it's near where the Quidditch pitch is. Both of those would look a bit awkward on film, So I've ignored Deathly Hallows Part 2, and I've made a castle that's up to Half-Blood Prince. The only thing that I've kept from Deathly Hallows is the statues where the Great Hall is. So I've also got in this map Chamber of Secrets. I've got the whole Chamber of Secrets area. It's laid out exactly like it is in the film. You get to it from the Guild's lavatory. You can pull a little switch and a thing opens, and you can get down to the Chamber of Secrets. I've recently built a Quidditch pitch. I've got things like the owlery. I've got a lot of the classrooms. I've tried to make the classrooms look how they do in the films. I've got the library. I've got areas like the potions classroom, which you see in Half-Blood Prince. And areas like that, the potions classroom, for example, you get to it exactly like how you do in the Half-Blood Prince video game. I've also put in areas that are only in video games, like in Half-Blood Prince, Half-Blood Prince video game, there's a Quidditch room. This is just a little insight into my complete Harry Potter addiction. I literally have spent years doing this, and every brick, for lack of a better word, I have placed myself. I haven't used much world editing tools. The only world editing tools I've used is to try and create that large valley area in front of the castle. I just love this so much. It's been such a passion project over years of my life. I've invested way too much time into it. It's been summer holidays, it's been time I should have been writing my dissertation, it's been time after work on an evening, and yeah, it's quite sad that I've spent this much time on it and it's not even finished. That's what makes it worse, is that I know I've still got to finish it at some point. But I love it. Yeah, it's my legacy, it's my magnum opus, and no one has really seen it apart from a few close friends. You might be disappointed. Don't tell me if you are. Tell me if you love it and you think, oh, this corridor is exactly like it is in one of the video games, and exactly how it is should be like from one of the films. Please tell me that. That will make it feel like less of a wasted life that I've had.